Hello Ray class, this is that Yi guy, here to bring you a boss video guide for the 4 Shapers Guardians in 3.1 with Righteous Fire Berserker. So I like to follow up most of my build guides with some content in order to show people who are not playing how bossing is going to be like with this particular build, and let them judge for themselves if they're interested in this particular build, or to help people who are already doing the build get more of a reference on how each boss fight goes down. For most of the map climbing, map building, Righteous Fire Berserker can simply tank the boss and just spam Warcry, spam Ruby Flask, and be able to out-regen the damage, which is one of the greatest strengths of this build. But for the Guardians, I rolled a couple of damage modifiers, and I try to go through each fight and explain as much of the fight as possible. Finish this run relatively stress-free. And hopefully we'll get a Scourge Claw, because right now it is worth a lot. Fingers crossed. That's back of Hellion. Alright. And he should be back, I believe, now. Alright. Just take your time. Depends on how much regen you have. You might need to spam Warcry, but I think we should be fine in terms of this phase. Keep up Fortify and just face tank him. The rest should be very smooth. And we did not get a drop, but that's okay. That's what happens. We got a Fragment, which can lead to Shaper Run. So this is a mistake you don't want to make when you're gonna fight a high tier boss. Is if you look to my right, there's a Possessed Foe Prophecy. On this map right now, I'm both cursed with Vulnerability, and the monster deal 93% extra damage with lightning. So this is gonna be a really rough fight, but we're gonna do our best. Hopefully not get one shot instantly. Yeah, he is definitely ghosted. So I'm gonna shoot a charge. Notice my movements. I'm always charging behind the boss, because you don't want to get shotgunned by his shots. Yep, and shield charging. Yep, circling behind, always keeping myself behind him. Yep. Oh, dodge that shot. Oh jeez. That's what happens when it's not behind. So Spice Grip is actually not the worst, so it could have been a lot worse, but this is definitely making it more difficult than it would be typically. Oh, yeah. Being hit by the entire duration of a barrage will most likely kill me, even though the build is quite tanky. Now I'm gonna pop my flask as needed, make sure on that top mitigation. Yeah, never stand directly in front of him. That's the best way to get shot. And run around killing these things. Oh boy, oh. Vortex. Oh, almost did it without dying, but yeah. One slip up and that happens, but with shield charge it's easy to just keep going behind him. Right now I'm also working with half a second of delay, just because I'm recording and my new graphic card never arrived that I ordered for this video. Oh, good drops. So yeah, that's pretty much the Hydra fight. Shield charge once again comes through for us. You just want to keep shield charging. You want to make sure you shield charge and hit him. That way you proc your elemental equilibrium, keep that up on him, but otherwise just make sure you're never right in front of a Hydra. Keep yourself mobile and keep your health up. And aside from that, the environmental stuff doesn't quite do that much damage to this build, because Righteous Fire is by its own very nature very tanky build. So So what you're going to do, just as I'm doing, you want to see your charge around always. Be super mobile, and whenever he tries to spin, ideally you end up in back of him, but you should be able to tank it a little bit. But if you're always moving, you will never stay directly and tank the entire blade. See, when he does the cyclone, so if you're always moving, you're less likely to get hit by the entire duration of the cyclone, and thus you're able to tank him. And that is how you do Phoenix with 2 damage modifiers. You keep charging around and you try to keep your life up, and when you're charging around you try to keep the number of Phoenixes alive at the same time down to a minimal amount. That way they won't all hit you for too much, because that's one way you can die. So Minotaur fight is messy, but you will want to bait him away from every time he slams. So the Minotaur, every time he slams, he will cause rocks to start falling, and you can see that visual indicator AoE on the ground. So what you're gonna do is just bait him out of it, because otherwise you're gonna take a lot of damage. So notice how I'm baiting him in between the 2 areas, and that's how I'm able to tank him. So every time he goes down, I would shield charge the other side where he borrowed. Okay, now we need to get out, because the whole area was covered. And so this fight is long because he is quite tanky, but you can do this without too much risk, just by dodging and avoiding Moses' attacks. Alright, get out of the zone and just keep tanking and keep righteous firing. Popping the flash as needed. I usually save it for when my HP dips low. So I'm gonna go all the way to the other side. Yeah, the whole area seems covered in the falling rock. That's okay. I'm gonna bait him over here. So, yep, he runs over. Just gonna face tank him, and that's the Minotaur fight. I hope everyone have a great day, and hopefully everyone's gonna get epic drops this weekend. So thank you so much for watching.